There has never been a better time than now to come join the Bellisio Foods team. Bellisio has a new contract in place with plenty of awesome perks for their employees. From increased wages, access to the free health clinic, vacation after 6 months, and much more, Bellisio Foods is committed to putting their employees first. For more information or to apply, visit BellisioFoods.com/careers. Take advantage of these great new employee benefits and join the Bellisio team today. Visit BellisioFoods.com/careers to learn more.
Well, happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV. And of course, it is Friday, and we are ready to partay here. Because TGIF, what the heck? And of course, some of our favorite guests are here on the program today, and we're going to talk about all things dog related. And Poppy is here. Welcome, Poppy.
She kind of looks like a little Muppet.
Thank you for being here. We're so happy to have you. And of course, Mom, help me. I'm camera shy. And of course, our good friend Jennifer Hughes from the Jackson County Dog Pound. And we're going to talk about, well, one of our favorite subjects, dogs.
Yes.
And money.
That's like all
and
we talk about is
other
dogs.
stuff. I know. She comes in, the poor thing. I'm like, so I've got this issue. What do I do about this, this, and this? She's like, okay, let's walk through this. But anyway, no, we are going to talk about the Pound, some of the wonderful things they do, how you can help out. And we're going to talk about Poppy because she's here today. So thank you.
Everybody loves Poppy.
Everybody loves Poppy. So
Come up here.
let's talk about Poppy for a minute. So Poppy is a Pound puppy, but now she lives with you.
Yep.
But she came in to the Pound. So, and you've had her for a little while now.
I think she's 5
Yeah,
now?
I was going to say that sounds about
5?
right.
She was abandoned in Wellston. She was just a baby. She was like 7 pounds, and we thought she was going to die. So I took her home. I didn't want her to die by herself on the weekend, which is not uncommon that I take a dog home to try to nurse it back. And
You big old softie.
yes. And normally my husband says, hey, it's feeling better. When's it leaving?
Yes.
And
I remember this happening
Yeah.
in real life, by the way. I remember you calling me being like, yeah, so.
And he had done that probably a dozen times.
Yes.
Looks like it's feeling
Like-
better. Go on, see ya. But with her, he said, so what's going to happen to her Monday morning? And I said, well, I'm going to take her back to the Pound. He's like, and then what? I was like, what are you asking me? And he's like, well, I mean, is she going to go to a rescue or is she going to be adopted out? And I said, do you like this dog? And he said, yeah. So
What's not to like? Look at her.
So she was
Hi,
part of
sweetie.
the family, and
So she never left.
no, she's the best little cuddle buddy. She goes to work every day and then comes home and takes a nap after taking a nap all day at the Pound. She sleeps in the bed between us or at our feet. So she's
There she is. So this is amazing. So yeah, so she went from literally being at death's door to here on TV.
Yep.
What
she
a fun story.
survived. She had IV fluids over that weekend and medications and all kinds of stuff, and she pulled through and got healthy and got fat. Yeah.
Well, yes, I will say she came in and I said, hadn't seen Poppy in a minute. And I said, oh, she hasn't missed any meals since the last time I saw her, but that's okay.
Yeah,
I mean, we've all had this COVID weight, so we can blame that.
Yeah, COVID weight.
It's fine.
Haven't been out doing as many events and things like that to run around, huh? She does like to play in the snow for short periods, but she gets over that pretty fast.
Yeah, I don't blame her. Me too. And she's a little low to the ground, so with all this snow, it's been a kind of an adventure.
I have to shovel a spot for her to be able to squat because otherwise it's kind of cold, you know.
I mean, kind of freezes.
Mm-hmm.
So, but no, she has been quite a fun, I know, addition to your family. And, you know, this is what you get when you go to the Pound. And so the funny part is, you know, you all found Poppy. She was not well. nurse her back to health, whatever. Obviously, she is a gorgeous, gorgeous little girl. But what is Poppy, right? So what do you all think that Poppy is? So we all had our ideas of what.
Come up here so they can see your body.
Yeah, so they can see your little sausage body.
Come here.
So there she is. Okay. Hi, Poppy. So we're all like debating what Poppy is. So you actually ordered one of those DNA test things. So what did you actually think that she was?
When she was a puppy, and if I would have known we were doing, I would have sent you a picture. When she was a puppy, her ears were this size already. And I thought she was some sort of dachshund mix because she's long. She was low to the ground, big floppy ears. She had some wiry to her, but not as much as she does now, of course. We thought dachshund, maybe some schnauzer as she got a little bigger.
Because she's got like the tufty eyebrow things going on like a schnauzer.
And her face has been trimmed a little bit because she gets kind of goopy eyes, but very, schnauzery little face, and could not figure out what she was. So her DNA test came back, and it explained a lot.
See, I'm looking at her thinking, oh, she's a Benji dog or something like that.
Yeah, which is Karen Terrier.
Yes.
That was another, common guess. Karen Terrier. She's perking her ears up.
She's getting her picture taken, by the way, if you're wondering.
She's very photogenic.
She is.
The red color kind of threw us off. Like, what makes that red color?
Yeah, because she's a bizarre color.
But she does have a little voice on her. She is definitely a doorbell. If you come to the pound, you've heard Poppy bark. Because even though we have a doorbell, she has to be the doorbell too. And she will bark until she's sure that I know. And if she missed your arrival and comes around the corner and sees you, she barks to make sure that I know that I'm standing there talking to you already. And she'll look at me like, did you see? I barked. They're here.
You're such a pal.
So she does have quite the voice on her. So her DNA test came back, and she is 37.5% beagle. Boom. There's the voice. There's the nose, because she does kind of follow her nose. And there's the red, copper nose beagle. Yeah, and the ears, she's...
Because she definitely has the red nose and the red ears and all that. And her eyeliner and all that is red.
Your nails need trim. So there's the beagle. So then the next most predominant was 25% Yorkie. Okay, there's the fur. It's not as soft as a Yorkie, but that explains a lot of this stuff. And then the last breed found was 12.5% Chihuahua.
No way. No way.
And that explains her little diva attitude sometimes. Like, oh, okay, the Chihuahua's coming out in her. And then the last 25%, if you're keeping track at home, is super mutt from various groups. So,
a whole lot of other things.
So there's a good chance that dachshund we thought was in there is actually in there in that super mutt, portions of the 25%. So...
Super Mutt was an 80s hairband, wasn't it?
Was it? I think so. That was pre-White Snake.
She could be in a hairband.
She's got the hawk going on.
So yeah, she could have that Karen Terrier bit, little dachshund thrown in there and those other things, but
so Jen's like, you're not even going to believe what she is. Because never in a million years, though, would you guess that combination. And that's why those DNA tests are so fun.
They are.
Because you have no idea.
And it does help with health stuff and training. Because now I know we've got to overcome beagle brain when it comes to things. And that good games for her to keep her occupied are things that are going to have to do with scent. And things that are, good for terriers because they can kind of get, they like to dig and things like that.
They get antsy. The beagle brain, I'm just going to tell you, if you've never been around a beagle, so Archie was a beagle. I don't know this for a fact, but Archie had a lot of beagle in him. I can tell you 100%. Yeah. And he would be right beside you, and the next thing you know, gone. Like, no clue. And he would be gone for like 2 hours. And you're like, where did you go? And he would bring something back.
Yeah.
Always bring something back. And I'm like,
regrettably sometimes.
I mean, this is bad. He brought back piece by piece an entire deer one summer.
Oh, no.
Every day he would go get something and bring it back. And the last thing he brought back was the skull. And I'm like, well, he's done.
Oh, did you put it back together?
No. And I never did find out where he was going. I tried to follow him. Didn't work. Beagles, they're a whole other cat, man.
Yeah, you cannot trust them to just stay. They get a scent and they're gone. She will go after, there's deer that show up around the pound and she'll see them and she'll go after them. Like she's going to do something.
What are you going to do about it?
She'll get a scent in the yard sometimes and just run in circles, sniffing around. And it's probably where a bunny ran through the yard. And she'll follow every little footstep that it made. And so
But that's what's so fun about the pound dogs is that you don't know what they are. And like, it's fun. It's like the mystery that you have to put together kind of thing.
We actually
sometimes
our friends that friends of the pounds there that own the waffle booth thing.
Yeah.
They adopted a dog from us that was naked. She had mange. She was just, and shout out to them for seeing the beauty in that dog and wanting to take her home.
Because you have no idea what you're dealing with.
Right. Our best guess was, because she was about this size, maybe a little, not as chunky, but, and she was still a puppy. So they didn't know, is she going to be big? Is she going to be little? When her hair grows back, what's it going to look like? Our best guess was she's some sort of shepherd mix. And as she grew, got her hair back, kind of still wanted to stand by that shepherd mix, you know. And they did a DNA test recently. And this just goes to show that even with all of our experience of judging breeds,
sure,
sometimes you have no idea what you're getting.
I love you, Mama.
So her predominant breed, this small, petite little dog with short hair, like not super, super short, but it is not thick. It's not wiry, but it's about like this length.
Yeah.
Malamute.
Oh. Well,
Husky.
That would give you the shepherd kind of look, though.
Husky. She's full grown now. She's not very big. She's a smaller dog. Husky, and then oh darn it, I forgot what the last one is. Like Shiba Inu or something like that. Like another really fluffy breed, but small. So okay, maybe she got the size from that breed. None of the fur. They said she loves the snow. Her fur is not built for snow, but it's like in her little doggy heart that she loves snow.
I am.
And she's out there in it. And would you stop kissing me right now? So you never know. I mean, you look at a dog and you say, oh, that dog is, a pit bull. Well, guess what? We had someone do a DNA test on their dog. And it wound up being mostly, like more than half, foxhound, some other hounds, and then a little bit of boxer. Oh. So that little bit of boxer gave him kind of a chunky head.
Like boxy head.
Right. So you can't even just look at one and say, yeah, that's a pit bull. You're going to be, who knows? You have to judge them on their personality and then, figure out the traits that help them be trained the best, be occupied the best. I mean, if you have a dog that's a working dog, it needs to work. It needs to play fetch.
That's right. It's not going to lay around and sleep all day long.
Right.
Like it needs that everything.
Houndy dogs need scent games and things like that to work their nose.
Well, and I don't know how we got off on the DNA thing other than talking about Poppy, but that's why these are so important, though, to find out what I think, in a way, what they are. Number one, for medical reasons, because certain breeds have certain medical problems or certain things, but also just to know like what you do to occupy them or how you need to entertain them, because certain breeds.
Right.
Yeah.
Some dogs, if they've got collie in them, I am so sorry, you've got fur everywhere now.
Oh, you're fine.
If they've got collie in them, they can have adverse reactions to like ivermectin and stuff like that. So if they do get mange or something like that, you have to be careful with your treatment. And that applies to the mixes. And sometimes you don't know. So
Right.
it doesn't hurt to spend that $80, and they're doing sales on them all the time, and invest in that and see what
Plus,
you get.
it's just fun.
And it is fun. It really is fun.
So,
Anyway.
well, cool. No, that's so neat. And we're so glad that Poppy's here to spend the day with us. And she keeps everybody at the pound in check. So if you come out and see them, that's who you will be greeted by. So let's talk for a minute about the pound. How did last year go with COVID and all that? I know, you all have such a, I'm trying to think, eventful job. I'm trying to put this politically correct. But with COVID and all that, obviously it's been even more eventful.
Right.
So how are things going? The great news is about, our Jackson County dog pound is, in the past, it always seems like, the stigma is, oh, well, that's where dogs go to die. We will have kill day on Fridays and whatever. Well, not since these girls have gotten in there.
Oh, absolutely not. We had a wonderful live release rate, even with COVID, and the last few months we had stayed very full. We were pushing having to euthanize. We haven't had to do that for space in, I think, almost 10 years. So it was very disheartening. It's very difficult on us, and we were getting calls every day about people needing to rehome dogs, which
did COVID cause that, or is this a Christmas puppy thing? Or
so far we haven't seen a lot of the regretted Christmas pet sort of thing. Usually that's more in the March area. We haven't seen a lot of people got dogs at COVID sort of deal. Actually, what a lot of it is that people are losing jobs or having to relocate, and that's how COVID has affected them, or people passing away. Have a plan for your pets. I mean, even if you never get COVID, something else may get you. So please have a plan for your pets. There's nothing worse than leaving, 1 to 20, in one case, dogs for your family to try to sort out.
Did you say 20?
Yeah.
That happened?
Very, very loved dogs. Yeah, well taken care of. But the family just couldn't care for that many.
That's a lot of dogs.
So between family and rescues, we were able to get them down to a manageable number. But have a plan. Let your family know what you'd like. Go ahead and reach out. If something happens to me, would you be able to take on this dog, that dog? Have records available. Because
that's what we were just talking about ahead of time. I was telling Jen that, we've had Marley now for, I think, 5 of her 10 years. Thanks to them, by the way, we have her. And she's never had an issue, never had to nothing. But now she's got a little bit of a heart issue. And so there's 3 medicines a day that she has to have administered. And so if something, God forbid, would happen to us and somebody didn't know that, then here's this dog. She's acting weird. There's medicine here. I have no idea what to do with it. I don't even know what it is. Make sure that you have records for them and write down, I have in my computer, a thing if someone would stay at our house, here's the steps of all the animals that needs to be taken.
Yeah, have a file somewhere that there's nothing worse than getting a dog, and this has happened a few times, that the family, maybe there aren't very many family members or anyone that was close to the person, and we have to go and take the dogs from the home. No one knows their name. Don't know their ages. They've just lost their human, and we can't comfort them.
Yeah. I mean, you don't even know their name. They're just nobody.
Yeah, and keep a record of who your vet is, the statistics, of the dog, how old they are, even likes, dislikes, medical issues. We're always afraid when we pick up a senior dog that if it doesn't get claimed, is it on medication? Are we missing something?
Right.
And unfortunately, we don't have a vet on staff. We're not able to just take every dog to the vet. So keep a file for your dogs that
The same as you do for your own medical records.
that somebody out there will know what to do with them. So, and you can even put that in, part of your will somewhere, that there's some sort of record of what needs to happen with your pets.
That's a really good idea. I never thought of that, but that's a really good idea of there's this pet, and this pet.
Mm-hmm.
There's a cat somewhere around this property. Maybe no one knows, but
Right?
there is.
Right? Are the 20 cats that outside ones that you were feeding, or just
They're just
belong to a neighbor, or,
they're just traveling through.
Right.
You don't know.
Yeah, because we go to houses, and unfortunately we don't deal with cats at all, but we've had to go and take animals out of homes after somebody's passed away, and there'll be cats, and does the cat live here? Is it the neighbor's cat? Who knows? But
That's right. And that's a whole other thing that we could talk about someday, but you all don't do cats.
no, we do not. Nope. In the Ohio Revised Code, which is what we enforce,
It's the law.
right.
You're not mean. It's the law.
Right. None of our funds can be used to, do anything about cats, because our sole funding is dog licenses.
Right.
So we are not general fund. We're not funded through the state or anything like that. It is people buying their dog licenses, which is the law as well. So
Correct.
It is set up that basically you're paying into this system that helps keep your dog safe. If it's running loose, we get it home. If there are dog bites, we go and handle that. Our main focus is getting stray dogs back home, and if we don't get them back home, getting them a new home. Handling dog
Sure.
bites, writing tickets for dogs at large, writing tickets for people not having tags. Anything to do with owner surrenders is a courtesy. We want to help you. It can't always be immediate. So don't call us and say you have 5 dogs to surrender. It's going to take us time. We don't have that capacity to take that many owner surrenders. So that's why we have wonderful rescues that we work with.
You do.
They, of course, have stayed full as well. Adoptions are on the decline lately. I think some people are afraid to commit to adopting a new dog, can't financially do it, and these are all great reasons not to rush into adopting a dog.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for thinking about that
Right.
before you.
But it also
Commit.
puts everyone else in a tight place, because a lot of those rescues do pull from, small shelters, and those shelters get full. And if dogs aren't moving out, they have to move one way or another. So we were lucky that a few of our rescues were able to step up and get some dogs out that we had for a couple of months. And shelter life is just not, conducive to a good mental health state for them. We do
Sure.
everything we can, but there's no place like home.
Right, exactly. I'd rather be laying on the couch. So let's just be honest.
Right.
So, all right. So back up a minute, and you talked about dog licenses, and I slacked this year, and Marley's 24th, and I was really disappointed by that. I try to be right up there. I get it in the mail, and I immediately jump on my computer. I'm I'm going to get it this time. I'm going to be the first one. And then Deb burst my bubble, or you did, and said that some of the people that work in the auditor's office
Yes.
will always be the first one.
Yeah, they get number one. They're there, man. They get it fast.
Yeah.
So.
But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But dog licenses. There are 50 reasons why you need to buy your dog tag. So let's go over that for a minute, the importance of it for so many reasons.
So, first of all, if your dog is wearing its license, someone finds it, dogs get away. It happens. Everybody, it doesn't matter how diligent you are. There will be that time your dog takes off on you, or someone leaves a door open, opens your gate, whatever. Your dog will get away from you.
Fireworks, God only knows
Right.
what else. And right now, here are the locations. James put that up there. Thank you so much. That are selling dog licenses, and you have to buy them before January 31st.
Yes.
Or then they go up and you can
There's
be
a
fined.
$14 penalty, right? So
Yes.
it becomes $28. And citations are 180. And starting February 1st, we start canvassing to make sure that people have their tags.
So buy your tag now. $14 is a whole lot better than, $150 by the time you have to buy the tag.
And then you'll have limited locations. I mean, it's so easy to hit some of these gas stations late at night after business hours.
Sure.
You can go there and get your license, and you don't have to come to the auditor's office, commissioners, or dog pound, because those are the only places besides online that you can do them after the 31st.
Okay.
So, so if they're wearing their tag, somebody calls us up. They say, hey, I've got a dog here. Tag says 2022, number 1234. And we look that up. We say, oh, that belongs to so-and-so. And we connect the two people. The dog gets home.
Correct.
And it's easy. A lot of times it's, oh, that's a neighbor a street over.
Right.
I
Didn't even know.
Right. And the dog goes, boom, right home.
Yep.
Sometimes if people just see a dog with a license hanging, they'll just call and say, hey, I saw this dog. If anyone's looking for it, they'll maybe post a picture. Dog goes home. People are less likely to steal your dog if it's got a tag on it.
Okay.
Not necessarily keep your dog, shall we say.
Gotcha.
Some people will say, they'll come in, they've had a dog 3-4 months, decided now they don't want it. And we'll ask them, well, why did you just keep this dog? Well, it didn't have a tag. And so they assume that it's a abandoned dog. They keep it for months. And a lot of times we do find the owners later
Somebody's
who've been
been
worried
looking
sick.
for it.
Yes,
Yeah.
This dog has been missing. We reunited one dog that had been gone over a year.
Whoa.
And it turned out that perhaps maybe someone on their road had taken the dog in. They didn't know that it was someone's dog. And to them, it didn't have a tag. So that will get your dog home fast. Police department knows how to look up tags. A lot of people that have looked up tags before, because you can look them up online, will just take it upon themselves, look it up, call the person and say, hey, I've got your dog.
Correct.
And nobody got a ticket for their dog running loose.
Right. We've done that at the restaurant a couple of
Mm-hmm.
times. The dog shows up on the front porch. I mean, if you're, any self-respecting dog that's loose should come to Arch and Eddie's.
Right.
Because number one, you're probably going to get a hamburger. And number two, there's going to be about 17 people that sit on the porch with you and wait
pet you
until. But if you have a tag on, there's been a couple of dogs that have had tags on, and then we call either you or look it up or whatever.
And they go straight home. So they don't have to go to the pound. They don't have to be
Right.
stressed out waiting on you. And if you're worried about, yes, my dog wears its tag all the time, but what happens if its collar comes off? We also offer microchipping.
Okay, so here's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
And back to the tags, the whole thing is, this is how the pound is funded. So all of those calls that you make to them, or the times that you need them, that is how you all get money to do what you do.
Right. And that's how we, pay the electric bill to take care of the dogs. So even if you say, well, my dog will never need the pound, what about the other dogs that do? Help us keep the lights on, help us keep our staff.
Or what about the neighbor's dog that bites your dog and then you call the pound? Or, they're always needed.
Yeah, there's 3 of us.
You're everywhere.
Right. We work full time and then we take turns being on call. So it's 24/7. I mean, there's
Correct.
always somebody working technically. So,
Right.
it's we're here for the dogs and there's a lot of dog problems, but so the tags get them home. Let's see what else. Keep people from taking them. Funds us.
Well, and I think, and it's important. And then you mentioned microchipping. And so to me, the two need to go together. You need to have your dog tag, number one, but you also need to have your pet microchipped. And it is so simple to do now.
Yes. And as far as the tags go, the law has regulated days that we are to keep a dog with or without a tag. So we try to also keep track of the microchips in our account. So if your dog is microchipped elsewhere, you can always get us that number. We can put it into our system so we know. So if we pull up a microchipped dog, we pull up the name, we say, oh, this dog does have a tag. This dog will be held for 14 days to find the owner.
Right. Versus
So 3 days.
3 days if it's a no-name dog. If
Right.
it's a no tag, no anything dog.
Right. If your dog shows up and it's got no tags, 3 days. That's all you've got to reclaim them. So if you're on vacation and you have an unreliable dog sitter, if your dog gets loose on day 1 of your vacation, you may not know until you come home. So having that dog microchipped and that microchip being attached to a dog license will make a big difference.
Right.
Microchips do not take the place of the dog license, but it's a permanent ID that they cannot lose. So
Plus, other people can scan the microchip. So, say you take your dog and you're on a road trip and you're in South Carolina somewhere and they get out. Anybody, any dog warden, any vet, for the most part, whatever, can scan that chip. Then up pops your number, your address, whatever, they can contact you.
Yep, they call you. And some microchip companies, especially the one we use, they start a found pet alert and they will text you, they will email you, they will automated call you, and even I think your emergency contact that you put on there. So there is like a bolo that, hey, your dog has been found at this location. It's injured or it's not. This is how you go about reclaiming it. So microchips are amazing. I mean, it's helped us reunite dogs that have been lost. We've had a few cases where dogs were stolen. The people found where their dog was. We scanned it. It's proof of ownership. And then,
Well, and you can get into a dispute about that. Well, that's my dog. No, that's my dog.
Right.
Well, the chip says it's my dog. So.
Right. Right, exactly. And that has happened a couple times. And it's usually breeds that are very similar, like huskies. You know, sometimes you just, especially for us, you see so many huskies, you can't tell one from the other.
They look alike. Yeah.
Some beagles are that way.
Labs are that way.
Yeah, labs, golden. So if you don't know what your dog's microchip number is, if you don't know if it's up to date, bring it out to the pound, take it to your vet, get that number. Let us know. I will go that extra mile. I research them, let you know where it's registered to if you need to change that, and then add it to our registry. So, yeah. And then, like I said, we offer it. It's $20. You do have to have a current dog license to be microchipped. And it's a lifesaver. It really is. If dogs are hit by cars, we scan them so that we can notify an owner if their pet is deceased, things like that. I mean, it's used a lot.
Unfortunately, that happens, but...
And we carry scanners with us. So a lot of times if we pull up and pick up a dog, we scan it, run the number and go, oh, that dog just lives right over there. We'll take the dog home, knock on your door. Hey, here's your dog.
Your dog.
So it can save a lot of time and effort on your behalf too. So
absolutely. Well, I think the funding thing, we kind of talked about that with dog tags, but that brings us back to our good friend Betty White.
Yes.
And I think she's everybody's good friend. And, Betty White, there she is. And she's so cute.
Yes.
And, she passed away, unfortunately, didn't make it to her 100th birthday.
I know.
But everyone knows Betty White's love for animals. And in fact, she said she wanted to be like a zookeeper or a park ranger or something. But when she was growing up, girls weren't allowed to do that, which is absolutely insane. But look at her. What a diva.
She was a beauty.
She's
definitely
gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. In every aspect of her life,
right.
Every generation of her life, she was gorgeous. But so her love for animals was very apparent throughout her life and career. And I think to pay homage to her and how much she means to people, somebody, and I don't know who it was, started this Betty White Challenge deal. And basically it was to donate to your local animal something On her 100th birthday.
Yeah.
Which was on the 17th, which none of us were here because it was snowing. And so we talked with Jen, and I said, hey, better late than never. Could you come in and let's talk about that for a little bit? But it's actually good that you're here, I think, now versus like the beginning of the week, because the Betty White Challenge, you've actually been affected by it. And I think that that's amazing.
And people are still donating. I don't have the most current total. I know some more money came through.
Local.
We've gotten over $2,000. So that helps us with vet bills. Unfortunately, our budget does not necessarily allow for vet visits. So we like to have donation money to pay for that, because the other option is if a dog is severely injured, we would rather have that fixed than to just euthanize them, because
for sure
euthanasia is more cost effective. Right now we have a dog that was picked up that has the dog equivalent to a torn ACL.
Sure.
So we were able to get him to the vet to find out what it was and to get him pain medication instead of having to euthanize him because he was injured and in pain. But now he's not in pain. He's still hopping around. He's got to do some cage rest for quite a while.
And if you're lucky, that sucker will grow back together.
Yeah.
If you're not...
They're hopeful, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But
if the dog will cooperate, it will grow back together.
Right.
If not,
and that means that vet bill was taken care of before he's to be adopted out. So that's not going to be on the adopter to have that initial exam and then find out they've got, shattered bones or something. We were worried it was a break. So that helps. And most of the dogs we get are actually healthy. I mean, they've maybe got fleas, ticks, and some worms, but most of them are fairly sound. And then we get others that have, mange or broken bones, things like that.
Something fixable, but still needs to be fixed.
Right.
And that costs money.
Right. And we want to get that dog on the path to being healthy before it's adopted out or, sent to a rescue. And we want them to be comfortable. So that's where donation money comes in. Tag money pays the bills, keeps the trucks on the road, pays, our salary, things like that. But donation money goes for medical bills, enrichment.
It allows you all to go above and beyond and do those little things that can make their lives much better.
Yeah, we want to make sure that they're happy and comfortable when they're with us. They all have a bed, a blanket, they have toys, they've got food, water, they get treats. We have volunteers. They're welcome to come and walk the dogs. We've got a couple exercise yards, which we would like to get some more. Mm-hmm. And expand that area so they can play together.
All that costs money, though.
Right. And, you'd be surprised the little things that can make their stay with us so much better. So that's what that donation money comes for or goes to, is elevating the care that we're able to give them. So
that's right. And I know, for example, I think Jamie and I bought one and sent it to you guys, but the beds that are elevated off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like you can either sleep on a concrete floor on a bed or you can sleep on an elevated bed that's not lying on the concrete and cold and whatever. So, little things like that make such a huge difference, to the dogs.
We have a wonderful volunteer, Jean, who took like the fleece blankets and put elastic on them so they attach to the bed so the dog can't kick it off. Yes. So in the winter, all the dog beds have this double layered fleece bed that goes on that, or blanket that goes on it, so that it's so extra warm. Yeah, and she repairs them when they're broken, and she's just a wonderful lady. She takes really good care of us. We, of course, dogs chew on everything. So when they get chewed up, we call her and she'll patch them or fix the elastic, and it's amazing. So that way they're warm. So they have those elevated
Love that.
beds, so they're not on the concrete, and they're actually, layered
Comfy.
with some
Yeah.
warm fleece. And, I don't think people realize how much we do to make sure they are happy. I mean, they get chewy treats. They get a variety of toys. We like to mix it up for them. Some dogs just go crazy for tennis balls, so we make sure that they've got a tennis ball to play with. Some dogs just absolutely love squeakies and will eat one a day. So
Yeah, right.
so we go through a lot of squeakies, but we keep giving them as long as they're not doing anything dangerous. If that's how they want to pass their time, then let them tear it up. And we fix special things for them. We'll fill Kongs with peanut butter and stuff like
cheese,
that.
whatever.
M&R Farms, they will bring us cow bones, like the raw, and they're frozen when we give them. So some of the dogs love that they're frozen. Others
Yes.
want to wait till they thaw a little bit, and they get to chew on those for like a day, and then we have to, take them away. But we give them all kinds of things to keep them
That's
busy
right.
and happy. So
And again, all of this costs money. So what if somebody is watching today? So this is our, Main Street TV. Come on, people. You know that we're animal lovers out here. If any of our viewers would like to participate in the Betty White Challenge and they would like to donate to our local dog pound, because you're here today, how would they do that?
You can, of course, bring us a monetary donation. You can donate through our support group, the Friends of the Pound group. They do have a PayPal, and that money is dedicated to helping the dogs at the dog pound. So,
And the link's up there now. Thank you, James. Up there.
okay, so you can do that. It will. When you do it, Candy Austin's name comes up, and she is the president of our pound group right now, and she notifies us as soon as we get any donations. She's been helping me keep track of all the donations so far, which I think we're near or maybe over 2,200 from the PayPal. So that's awesome. And we've had, people come into the pound with checks and cash. You can mail it if you want to.
Okay.
We don't receive mail at the pound. You mail it to the commissioner's address with Dog Pound written on it, and that money does go to our account. So we do get that money, and we're also notified that it was donated. And if there's a return address, we send thank yous. So that address is 275 Portsmouth Street in Jackson.
That's right.
So you can
just
do
make
it
sure
that
you
way.
write dog pound on it or for the dogs or something of that
Right.
nature,
Yep.
just so they know where it goes.
Right. And we have people that, and I don't have a link for it because it's random letters, but we do have an Amazon wish list. Some people will order from that.
Okay.
And those things are shipped directly to us. A lot of people have been using Chewy lately and having things shipped to us. So we do have a cat and a dog blessing box. We don't handle cat problems, but we try to help people feed the cats. So we do have blessing boxes that we keep stocked with food, treats, toys if we have extra. I think there's some beds for the cats. There's cat litter. So you're welcome to donate. If you're not a dog person, donate to the cat blessing boxes. We find that 20-pound bags are best for both. Bigger bags are harder for older people to carry.
Yes.
And usually that's who we're helping, are the elderly that just need an extra bag of food until their next check comes. So 20-pound bags seem to be the most manageable. And the same for cat litter. They, I think the blessing boxes are low on cat litter, and clumping seems to be the most popular. I think there's some just regular in there, but we've had a lot of people help us out with the bags of cat food, bags of dog food, and we'll take used items. We are not picky. As long as it's in usable shape, we'll take it. So old dog houses, your chain link kennel run things, we'll take those. People have donated sweaters, toys, any of those things. We will take them. If we can't use them, we pass them along to via the blessing boxes. We carry things with us on the road. If we go to a house and we see someone in need, we share. The Humane Society, we work closely together. They let us know if there's someone in need, and vice versa. So your donations do not go to waste. We pass them along to people who need them, other organizations who need them. There have been times that other shelters have been, wiped out of
course,
an item. They need a crate or something like that.
We need to help each other out.
Yeah, we'll pass them along because we're all in this together. So, if you see your neighbor is struggling, ask them if they need a hand, or reach out to us and we can go to them. We do have straw for dog houses.
That's big.
Yeah. We would like every dog to be an indoor dog and sleep under the covers or on the desk, but it can't always be that way.
Who's that?
That's Julia. She is currently available for adoption.
Julia looks like she's fun.
She's like, if you want a small lab, she's a smaller dog. She's very labby. She's very happy.
Likes
she's
to play.
Dog friendly. She loved the snow for sure.
Look at her. Oh.
Unfortunately, the black doesn't. Being a black dog, it's hard to take pictures of them sometimes, but I just love how striking she is against the snow on that one because she is just
you can tell she is
so happy to be out in it. But so we have straw for dog boxes.
Okay.
Do not put blankets or pillows in dog boxes. No. Straw.
They
needs
freeze.
To be straw.
It's bad. They hold moisture.
Mm-hmm.
Bad. Needs
to be straw. If you need a dog house, we have a wonderful, wonderful supporter, Ron. He's part of the Southern Ohio Boxer Rescue.
Okay.
That's local.
Yeah.
And he takes the blue barrels and puts legs on them and cuts a door flap in them so that they can be used as a dog house.
Okay.
No, it is not the perfect dog house, but it's just as thick as the store-bought snap-together kind. It will hold all the straw that will keep the warmth. It is a good windbreak. So worst case scenario, we have those. You can come and get those. Fill them with straw for your dog.
And a lot of people I've heard say, well, I'm not putting straw out because my dog just tears it out of the house. Hey, that's their decision.
Right. At least offer it.
Right. Like, don't say I'm not going to put straw in my dog's house because they'll just tear it up. Well, that's up to them.
Mm-hmm.
But at least give them the opportunity.
Right. And you may notice your dog takes some out, but not all. Mm-hmm. They will make it to their comfort.
It's their house.
Right. They definitely need to have unfrozen water this time of year.
Yes.
Check their water multiple times. And a lot of dogs in the winter need to be fed more to keep their metabolism up, to keep them warm.
Yes.
So that's a lot of the calls that we're doing right now are well checks on dogs that are out in the weather.
Okay.
So when we go, that's what we check for. Is there water? Is there signs you've been feeding your dog? Do they have a dog house with straw? And some people have wonderful setups. They have windbreaks and dog houses and, wonderful. Other people, for whatever reason, sometimes it's landlord issues. They're not allowed to have the dog in the house. They have no other place to go. They love their dog. They spend time with their dog, but what do they do when it's outside? Mm-hmm. Well, we can help you. You can get a dog house. You can get straw.
Okay.
We carry tie-outs with us if your tie-out breaks. Sometimes that's what some of us consider a small expense, but can be a huge expense to a family that's struggling.
Sure.
And their other option is to get rid of their dog. And we don't need another dog at the pound. We've got plenty.
Right.
And if you love your dog and you're caring for your dog, we will help you. I mean, we're not here to punish. Right. We want what's best for the dogs, and being where they're loved is what's best for them. So
hey, there you go.
We'll provide a tie out, help you with a dog box, just reach out, let us know. And if you want to donate any of those things, the tie outs.
That's what I was going to ask you. What would be some of the things that you would need for people to donate?
The cable tie outs, that's one. Because like I said, we carry those with us. If we go to a home and we can tell, okay, we know this dog, we know it lives here. Oh, his cable broke. We'll go ahead and hook him up instead of taking him back to the pound.
Sure.
We know he lives here. Let's just save the headache for everybody. tie him back up. We leave a note. Hey, your dog was loose. I tied him up. We carry food and water dishes. We carry food with us. Of course, we carry water. So if you want to donate, we've got plenty of straw right now. If you want to donate your time, we can, hook you up with Ron, and he can show you how he makes the dog houses.
Okay,
and you
that's a
could
good
do
idea.
that. If you want to make one on your own, we've had people do that. They just have some extra lumber. They'll throw one together and bring it out to us. If you have one sitting in your yard that just maybe needs a little patched up or it's in working condition, bring it on out, we always go through a lot of pine sol, like the vanilla. Oh my gosh, the lavender or lemon scented. Vanilla would be nice if they make vanilla. Hey.
I mean, if they made vanilla pine sol, go for it.
Yeah,
we haven't
bring
found it yet.
We go through a lot of that.
But you need the real pine sol.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things where you buy generic, but pine sol seems to be like one that it just doesn't work as well.
Yeah. The others are mostly like water and just don't do anything. Laundry detergent we go through quite a bit because we do provide beds and toys, and
sure,
some dogs have no respect for that and are not very well housebroken. So you can imagine how nasty puppies get.
Yes.
And their linens and toys have to be swapped out multiple times a day. Puppies are not fun, contrary to what you think.
They're super cute. Listen, puppies and kittens, the good Lord above made them super cute so that you don't drown them or strangle them.
So you can ignore the constant poop that happens. Oh my goodness. We dread puppies sometimes. They like to play in it and get it everywhere. And
well, they're just like children. I mean, it's the same thing.
Well, you can tell you don't have how many kids roll around in their poop? And
I don't know, don't they? That's what diapers are for.
Oh my gosh. So yes, puppies are messy. I totally forgot where I was going with that now.
Hey, that's okay.
Thinking about kids rolling around in their own filth.
Yes.
No.
They're just dirty other ways. But
they eat everything. Yes.
Yes. But okay, so we need you all to donate, or we're asking that you all donate. And if it's not the dog pound, how about our local Humane Society?
Yeah. Humane Society definitely needs love.
P.O. Box 1.
Mm-hmm.
You can just send a check. Do that as well. It can be $1. It can be $5. It could be $500. It doesn't matter. Like, just anything that you have the opportunity to give would be welcome. And
we're more than open to taking things. If you have cat stuff that you want to donate to the Humane Society for every once in a while, they do have cat fosters or they know families that need it. You can drop it off to us and we pass it along to them.
Yeah, make sure that they get it. Everybody works together. This is great.
Yes, we absolutely do. We want to make sure that the pets are taken care of, however. And it's not limited to cats and dogs. In our blessing box, if somebody donates half a bag of hamster food, we'll put it out there. Sometimes there's rabbit food, things like that. So if you have those needs, usually it's better to contact the Humane Society because they do the non-dog animals.
Yeah, right.
But contact them if you've got something to donate, if you have a need for something, or if you just want to donate to them. Like you said, P.O. Box 1, you can't forget it.
You can't forget that, Jackson. So, all right. Well, I got a message from my husband, and he said that to get this whole thing kicked off, that he wants from 6 Sense Brewing and Arch Nettie's to give you guys $250.
Wow. Thank you.
So,
that's
listen,
awesome.
To get money out of Jamie, it's something. So
that's what I heard. Thank you, Jamie.
Anybody that knows him very well knows that he has a big soft spot like I do for animals. And so there you go. So $250 from us. So you all out there, come on, help them out. If you're just a Betty White fan.
Right.
I mean, I am, and that's what kind of like made us have this show today.
Yeah.
And thank you to her and her love for animals too, because I'd say that helped a lot of local, wherever you may be.
Right. Yeah, it really did. And I think Jamie probably thought that $250 is just cheaper than you falling in love with another dog too.
No, he would say something like, would you, but they have to come get the check because I'm not sending you to the pound with it.
No, that can be dangerous because that cute black lab
I
dog,
know.
she's there. So
I know.
if you meet her, you
Look
might.
at her. How fun is she?
You might just be more in love with her. And so, see, there's another one. You can write us a check with your wife or husband's name on it, and we will add them to the do not adopt list so they don't come home with a dog. How's that?
That's right. That's right. You know, something else that somebody could do is sponsor a donation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
we've had a few people do that. They
that's fun.
sponsor, especially when we had a lot of long-term residents, they would sponsor the adoption of the dog that had been there the longest.
Did I say sponsor donation? Sponsor an adoption.
Yeah, sponsor.
Donate an adoption. That's what I meant to say.
If you want to, you can donate directly to our Spay Neuter Fund.
Oh.
If we find someone that, has an unexpected litter of puppies on a regular basis, we will try to help them get that dog fixed because then there are less puppies. And there's less dogs roaming the neighborhood trying to find that in-heat female,
That
stuff like that.
Whole cycle.
Right. And sometimes that's just what people need is a little help getting that dog fixed. They can do everything else, but spay and neuter surgery can be pricey. So we try to keep a fund that we can pay a portion of it and help people get that taken care of. So
All right. Well, there you
can
go.
you can do it directly to that even. You can specify you want it for the Spay and Neuter Fund, and that's where it'll go.
Very good. So there you go. So many different ways to donate. You can donate items through Chewy or donate items through Amazon, the wish list there. Of course, money, supplies, anything like that is very, very welcome out at the dog pound. And again, if you want to give cat stuff or other critter stuff, they'll take that as well and get it to the right spot. But let's do the money thing. Betty White challenge.
Right.
I mean, write it on there.
Yeah. And
That's
it's tax
fun.
deductible. If you want a
Support
receipt,
Betty.
if you want a receipt for your taxes, let me know. I will send you one. It's tax deductible. We're a nonprofit, so
There you go. See, it's win-win.
yeah. Let's see how much we can get in her name and do something really great with all that.
Love
Maybe
that.
we can get a new play yard put up or something like that.
Love
So,
that. Yeah,
would be neat.
something meaningful for our
Right.
community.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we could call it the Betty White play yard, and
love it.
wouldn't that be cute?
That would be adorable. Put her little picture
Yeah.
up there.
Chain link's expensive. Come on, people.
That's right. Look at her. How do you not love to donate in her honor?
I don't think there's any celebrity that has so many pictures with pets. I mean, she
She's-
just every era of her life, she's got pictures of her with animals.
Yeah, this wasn't just like a photo op. This was her.
No. Oh, I've seen pictures of her with snakes and
Oh.
all kinds of stuff. I mean, she
All of
was an animal lover. Yes.
For sure. Absolutely. And Poppy, we've lost her. But that's okay.
She's just
She's exhausted.
snoozing away.
She's exhausted. Well, Jen, thank you so much for coming in today. I mean, this has been so fun and it's just about the animals and let's help them out. And these girls do such amazing work at the pound. I mean, it is just thank you for all that you do because you all go so far above and beyond what
try.
is required by law, as we've sat here and talked about today,
Mhm.
with the niceties. But also the niceties come through the generosity of you all out there. So please, to our viewers, if you would help out. And if you're watching from another county, help out your own
Right.
county as well. Like it doesn't just have to be Jackson
Right.
County.
There's no shelter that is immune to needing something.
Correct.
Even the wealthiest areas, there's just as much need because they have a lot more
They have
animals.
more, yes.
So
So, all right. Well, help these girls out. Help out our furry friends, please, 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 and do it in Betty's name, if
Yes.
nothing else.
yes,
So-
absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you to you and Poppy for coming in today.
Are you ready? Let's go.
Oh, she's going to jump off the table. Okay, that a girl. Well, thank you, girls. I think she's ready to go. She said it's time to go to work. But no, please help them out. A couple of notices before we do get out of here for the day. Bingo has been canceled. The Jackson DAV bingo event for this weekend has been canceled, citing the high number of COVID-19 cases in Jackson County. Well, we're not kidding about that. So that's the Jackson DAV bingo has announced that its bingo session this weekend has been canceled due to COVID. And also, while we're at it, and James and I were talking about this earlier, thank you, girls. Have a wonderful day. The Ohio News Media Association, and our good friend Pete Wilson isn't in here today, but we want to give them a giant shout out to the Telegram, all of the staff there, because they have won a 2022 Osmond C. Hooper weekly newspaper contest. And the categories are, where are they, James?
They're at the bottom of that sheet.
Oh, they have won awards in the following categories. Thank you. I knew they were somewhere. Best news coverage, best local feature, original columns, best editorial, and best page design. So way to go. Telegram staff right here at Total Media won a bunch of awards at the Ohio News Media Association contest. They are not going to have, I don't think, the award ceremony this year due to COVID, but awards nonetheless. That just goes to show you what an amazing job they do here in this building. So congratulations to the whole staff there. Also, weather is looking a little gnarly today. Tomorrow, highs today of 25, lows of 6. Tomorrow, a little bit warmer, highs of 32, lows of 19. Same on Sunday. And then the beginning of your work week, Monday, a bit of flurries come into the forecast. They say perhaps a little bit on Sunday, but nothing, as far as I know, major coming anytime soon. So that's fine with us. All right, James, anything else we need to do?
Just watch out for cars when you're out reporting.
Correct. Saw her interviewed today on the Today Show. That was fun. I'm like, this poor girl.
Oh, Rick Sims, he we would have missed this. Go Bengals tomorrow.
That's right.
Divisional round of the playoffs. That'll be on 105.3.
Okay.
FM,
and what time is
AM
the game?
13, it's 4:30.
4:30 game.
Not 100%. I think it's 4:30 kickoff.
And they play
the Tennessee Titans.
All right. Go Joey B and all the Bengals. No matter what kind of fan you are, you have to root them on. Our Ohio team does good and our local boy does good. So we love to support Joey and hope that he continues on and get those Bengals headed out in the further on in the playoffs. So all right. Have a wonderful day. It is very, very cold outside. So please, if you haven't been out, stay warm. Check on your pets, check on your neighbors and your loved ones. Make sure that they're doing all right. And we will see you right back here on Monday. So don't forget, donate to your furry friends through the Betty White Challenge. And the links to donate are here on our feed. So you can find that as well. Have a great day and we'll see you back here on Monday. Bye-bye.